You know what us cappers and wheelchairs really hate? People coming up and using us as tables. Here, hold my purse and my jacket. No, don't do it. What's up, boys and girls? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chuck, also known as AskACapper. And what I'm bringing you today is a look at ratsclan.com's card game that they have up. If you haven't checked it out, you should. It's super fun. And basically what I'm going to do is go through and show you how to play the game and how to get the most out of the website. When you first sign up, you get 200 RatClan points, and you use those to buy cards, and then you use those decks to go to war with your friends and with other people who are on the site. So you can go through these menus on the left-hand side and navigate around, learn how to play. When you click on the My Cards section, this is where you see your hand and all the other cards that you have in your deck. You can only go to war with 7 cards at once, but you have other cards and they're down below. But when you first go into it, you need to buy cards. So there's a buy cards button. It costs 100 RatClan points to buy the cards. And then what happens is you flip through them and you get to see what you got. So here I got my gamer card. Each pack has 1 gamer card. It has 2 exclusives and then the other regular cards, which are weapons and guns and things like that. So there you go. I finally got my AC-130 back. I'll explain how I lost that a little bit later on in this video, but I'm glad I was recording. I finally got my AC-130 back. So then you return to your card table. Now what you do then is you go through, maybe you have 2 decks or 2 sets of cards. You start building the deck you want to go to war with. You see here I have some anti-air, I have a tank. I'm pulling the tank out because I want to put in that AC-130 that I just got. So yeah, and this is the rest of my deck. It's not that great. I actually, while recording this video, I lost a bunch of hands with this deck, but unfortunately. As you can see, there are a lot of gamers you can choose from. Each one buffs your deck in different ways. Here you can just click on the magnifying glass and see their special skills. As you can see here, I buff +1 defense, but I also buff Riot Shield +2, which is nice, and that's why I have 2 Riot Shields in my deck. Definitely works, and there's a lot of just different gamers, people from YouTube that you can play as, which is very cool. And it's awesome that I'm a card. Me and my rockin' wheelchair. So then as you go to different pages, you can see more of your exclusives. There's more of the weapons that you have, and I have a lot of cards that you won't have at first, but as you play and as you buy more decks, you'll get them. So I just click on the AC-130 and it threw it back into my deck up top, the hand that I'm actually gonna go to war with. So as you can see, that's what I wanted to show you, how to build your deck, and that's what I'm gonna go with. We'll see how it goes. And then what you do is you go up to the top and you click Save Your Hand. Now this basically is telling the game that, okay, this is the hand that I want to go to war with, but you haven't gone to war until you go to the bottom of the card screen and click Go to War. And that Go to War will bring you to this screen, which is now launching you into war. Now with war, you can go to war, you have to go to war for 7 hands. So you have to play 7 games. Now, you can retreat from war, but that will cause you to lose a card, which is how I lost my AC-130, which was a bummer. I didn't realize that retreating, you lost a card. It did. I lost my AC-130, and I finally got it back. So what you do is you actually go in, and however many RatClan points you have, you just set up tables. You can set up, you know, a 20-point table, and then somebody will come along, and if they want to play against you, they'll accept that. Right here, I'm going to go against the Greek Schlong for 200 RatClan points. So we'll see how I do there. This hand wasn't very pretty, but you'll get to see it in action. So basically this is how you play. You click start, it shows you what their gamer card is. He's Xbox Ahoy and I'm AskACapper, of course. And then you roll the dice, and the dice decides who attacks and then thusly who defends. And basically it's pretty simple. It's like whoever has a higher number on the attack versus the offend number. So my attack is a 9 with my AC-130, which is pretty good, not bad. But the AC-130 also has the special of anti-ground, if you notice that. And then his 9K22 has a defense of 11, which is a bummer. So I'm gonna lose that, but my anti-ground kicks in, which buffs me by 10 points. So I got 19 now. But his anti-air kicks in, which buffs him by 10 points, so he's got 21. So I lose. There you go. Lost that hand, and that's 1. So it's the best of 3. And you can see on the board, it shows you he's 1-1. So his Xbox Ahoy is 1+ defense, I believe, and it buffs SMGs by 1 also. So round 2, he's attacking this time. His Scar H gets a buff, 7 attack, so I have to have anything that's a defense above 7. And I have a defense of 4. Scar versus an anti-air. Boy, I wonder who's gonna win that one. Oh yeah, so Greek Schlong, yep, he boned me. Not happy about it. So he got 400 Rats Clan points for that, and also he got a 23 host bonus because when you host the game, you get a percentage of your points back. So keep that in mind. There's also links where you can then share the game if you want other people to see it. And yeah, so what I do is I go in, and if I have, say, 5 games left at war, I'll set up all 5 games, and that way I can go off and I can play some video games, or I can go do some emails, and then people who come along will be like, oh, I can pick up and play these games. So that's something you can do. And what I like to do is kind of even it out. If like I have, say, a 500 Rats Clan points and I want to go to war and I have 5 turns left, I'll give 100 each. So I'll do 100, and that kind of helps you win enough so that you can keep in the game. So just be cautious of the retreat. I screwed myself big time by losing my AC 130 probably about like 2 weeks ago. Such a bonehead move. So what I do also is once I have some games set up that I want to invite people to, I tweet out that I have some games involved. And feel free, if you have some games going, that if you want to tweet at me, my Twitter, AskACapper, and I'll maybe play the games if you got them open. So just tweet them at me if you want to. And then watch the hardcore mode. You got to be cautious of hardcore because hardcore allows you to bet more than the 200 point limit for normal games, but you also lose cards when you lose the battle. So my AC 130 against his 9K22, I would have actually lost my AC 130 to him. He gets the card. So what you see me doing here is just setting up 200 point tables, and then I'll just go off and do something else. And actually, all these tables that I set up here, I lost every single one of them. It was so depressing. I was like, oh my goodness, I just lost 1,000 Rat Clan points. This sucks. It was pretty rough. So yeah, that's what the Rats Clan card game is. It's pretty fun. It's a great way just like throughout the day to like, if you want to just keep track and do some battling with people. I'm having a great time on there. If you want more Rats Clan points, you can also buy royalty packs. It's like 15 bucks, I think, US, maybe a little more, and you get 500 Rats Clan points, and you get a cool sticker pack. And yeah, check it out because I love Rats Clan. They make epic montages, and this card game is really cool. And it has me in it in a wheelchair with my riot shield. Pretty dope. I was pretty psyched. And you can also check out my profile and all my experience points. And one thing I wanted to add also, they also do giveaways. If you rank up and if you gain enough XP and you lead, at the end of the month, they do a bunch of giveaways of all kinds of cool stuff and swag. So keep that in mind. So I hope you enjoyed this little overview of Rats Clan, the card game. And if you can, go check it out, and maybe we'll be doing some battle at some point. And please always tweet at me if you get a AskACapper card, or if you have a battle with AskACapper that's epic. I would love to see it. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to this. Thank you, and have a nice day. And if you haven't yet, check out some of the videos on the screen. I have some Borderlands 2 tips and tricks. I got my voicemail, Q&A, picture-in-picture. People can see how I play with my face. And I also have a video, the most annoying sound in the world. Check it out, and there's some instructions in the description of that video. And if you haven't subscribed, that's all. Game on, gamers. Peace in your crease.